Alright, the epilogue. Something I did forget to post on the channel, which I have asked my opinion on, and some people already did get pretty much hinted that the way I was going to end off the channel was like this, with the epilogue. If you did see my Death and Request 2 video, or Death Request mainly 1 video where I described everything, you'll pretty much already knew that the way, of course, I had to end off The Last of Us, will end off my channel would be with The Last of Us. Since I can relate so much as Ellie as a character was having pretty much no one else in the sense to, yeah. But here's what I do have to talk about, right? Now, I'm going to focus mainly on The Last of Us. That's the main thing here that y'all here for. So, one thing I want you to notice is the fact that Ellie did all of this knowing that if she hunts down Abby and she went there, that Dina was gonna leave and she'll be all by herself. Abby done killed Jesse, Joel, a life that Joel saved, killed him. And another thing I would like to bring up is the fact that that panel right here, the one with Dina holding a baby, pretty much at the end of the game, where you get to this, all Ellie wanted was just someone to care for her, because in the original story, that's what Joel told her, to always find something to constantly keep finding something to fight for, and then she lost that as well. And the moss, if you're wondering, the moss is actually a way to describe Ellie's sanity. Like, as you see in like the moss, it gets worse, bigger and bigger, and gets crazier. Basically, that's what I like to say is Ellie's sanity dropping during the game, which is legit why, if you're kind of getting my jokes now, I say Yandere Ellie. Because believe it or not, that's basically what they made Ellie in this game, a flat out yandere, if they want to admit it or not. And if you're going to yell saying, oh, of course the enemy feed, he goes to this and that. I'm just being dead serious. What you call it, crazy, this and that, like, nah, they just made a yandere. That's just simple as that. And I always find it unsatisfying with a lot of people, and there will be a big device to this day about it, is the fact that after doing all of that, they say that Ellie's cause is because she wanted to be so much like Joel, which, in all honesty, as Ellie's character through the game, that's way the opposite. More than anything, Lev got involved with Abby's drama to begin with and shot Dina. So with the fact that Lev actually was involved inside the backstage fight, which means he's a part of the drama. So with Abby saying he had nothing to do with this, he did have something to do with this because you dragged him into it. So I don't care what no one says when it comes down to that topic right there. Liv got involved, shot Dina because of Abby being selfish and selfless and trying to get revenge. Yet, apparently, with Abby taking not only Ellie's fingers, the only person that Ellie ever had, and yeah, I'm supposed to feel sympathy for this person when all Ellie had to do was just tighten that grip when she seen Joel, and I would have been smiling. Now, something I will say is that a song that describes The Last of Us well, now I actually talk during this. No offense to anybody that probably cares, but just in general, this is something I have to do. This song right here describes The Last of Us, and it's funny because this is a song from Ruby called One Thing. And I'll actually read half of the lyrics right now. I don't care if it's copyrighted or not, but I'm gonna just say this is basically the story in a nutshell of The Last of Us in a song. Part 2. Kill for kill, eye for eye, blood for blood, it's time to die. Retribution tastes so sweet. Goes the life that he gave. Now revenge is all I crave. Retaliation soon complete. I was nowhere, I had nothing, I felt nothing. Lost without a voice and on my own. Then the candles flame, brought a brand new name. But now you've stolen everything and I'm all alone. I had one thing and you've taken it from me. A single light, a single friend, but you made that end. There was one thing to help me escape the misery. and now it's all disarray. You took my whole life away. You sent me back to nothing. Now you'll pay. Pay. Life for life, death for death, tit for tat, just one last breath. Absolution's nowhere near. Cue the scenes, now it's time. Reparations for your crime. Atonement day is finally here. I had waited for this meeting, for this moment. Dreamed about the day I made you cry. What a sweet release when you rest in peace. Vengeance, justice, finally mine, and I'll watch you fall. So, the reason why I'm saying this, right, and where I'm coming from is Ellie's whole story can be described by this song because she lost a friend, which was Jesse. She lost Joel, and Joel was pretty much the last thing that Ellie pretty much cared about. And Joel gave her the guitar. Joel taught her how to survive and everything. And yet, oh, also too, she also destroyed Jacksonville. And there was one thing to help me escape the misery, and now it's all disarray. You took my whole life away. You sent me back to nothing, which he did, and now you'll pay the price. You destroyed my life. After years of suffering, finally had a place to go, but not anymore. And now it's war, and there's won't be peace till I get what I came for. I had one thing and you've taken it from me. A single light, a single friend, but you made that end. There was one thing to help me escape from misery, and now it's all disarray. You took my whole life away and you sent me back to nothing. Now you'll pay. The reason why I'm saying this is because of the fact with Tommy and Ellie was going around killing the rest of Abby's friends, and Abby, being the selfless, picture that she just painted herself to be a demon towards Ellie because she came after Joel saved her life to then kill him in front of her eyes. And then, of course, you expected Ellie to not go after y'all after you did something like that. But Abby didn't know that. But because of Abby's decision in the very beginning of the game, she said like she was willing to torture somebody in order to find who Joel was, which means she was clinically crazy to find Joel, traveling all across the place. Even though plot convenience wise, there's no way Abby would ever find Joel in the real world. But what I'm really coming from is the fact that I'm saying is that the whole song, One Thing from Ruby, describes Ellie's life. And it sucks because for a game to be trying to be all about violence and taking revenge and understanding both sides of the story, y'all didn't proceed except for putting the face of the game as Ellie. Y'all make it Abby, a character that Joel just brought out of nowhere because you didn't know who was going to hunt Joel. Now, the sad reality is, with Ellie leaving the guitar behind, and a lot of people in the community will make their speculations about it. My speculation behind Ellie leaving the guitar is the fact that Ellie, for the longest time, she'd been living the life that Joel wanted and everyone else wanted. But now that Joel's gone at 56 years old and Ellie is now 19 heading on 20, it's time for Ellie now. She has to be her own person and go out and just find a reason to live, because Joel's advice of finding something to care for, it didn't work. And with this being a close for my channel, all I gotta say is, sadly for me, since I am kind of walking away as well, I hope y'all enjoyed everything I did and use this advice in the near future. Y'all might see me in a couple live streams, you never know. I can't forever disappear, but I shall always help. Enjoy your games.